Let me welcome Paul, who is already online. Please, Paul, feel free to jump in here with me. Thank you so much for joining.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah, I'm kicking off our Loyalty with Okendo series. So, for both of you who are not in the loop, we are launching this series every month. We're going to have one different speaker, one different brand from Okendo that are like rocking their loyalty program, that are having like very innovative programs, not discounted oriented, that are doing like very cool stuff with really cool results. And most of them are going to be super fans. I don't know if you've heard about this concept before, but we believe in Okendo that our biggest advocates are our super fans, our most loyal customers. So we have built our own community of Okendo super fans. Paul is one of them. So you're going to get a chance to meet our super fans and talk to them and learn about their best practice and their playbook. So today, let me share my screen. Okay, cool. Let me know if you are looking at my screen. Um, cool. So today we're gonna be talking about the no BS loyalty playbook, right? We don't want the whole like decoration around it. We want to learn like the actual tactics that are going to move the needle and what has worked for other like leading brands in the space, like Nobull. So yeah, let's go quickly through the agenda for today. So first, I want to introduce our panelist, Paul Koziol. I'm gonna pass on the mic in a minute for him to introduce himself. And then we're gonna go through Novel's community-driven vision and how they build their business based on their community. We're gonna go through the Noble loyalty pillars, their results, of course, how they have structured their program, and how Okendo is powering this program and the community and the efficiencies. And then we'll go to the live QA. Okay, someone said share your screen. So just let me know, are you being able to share my screen and the agenda right now? Emily said share your screen. Okay, cool, amazing. Alex, thanks. Okay, cool. So yeah, Paul, yeah, tell us a little bit about yourself. What's your background? How did you ended up in DTC? And yeah, what's your role right now at Noble?
Yeah, hi. First, thanks for having me. My name is Paul Koziol. I'm the director of digital product at Nobull. I've been in e-commerce for 14-ish years. Prior to Nobull, I was at West Marine in the same capacity. I'm originally from Salt Lake City. I now live in Boston. That's where Nobull is based out of. Yeah,
Cool. And right now, what's your role at Noble?
yeah, director of digital products. So I oversee a lot of our vendors, contracts, backend, web, uh, any of the connectors, and yeah, I also work with our front end team, our marketing team, it's all of our other teams within the company. Anything that they need on the site goes through me. I own our roadmap.
Cool. So basically connecting every dot in the customer journey for your digital experience.
Correct.
Okay, really cool. Me, myself, I'm Milagros. I go by Millie and I head advocacy and customer marketing here at Okendo. I have the pleasure of partnering with our top performer brands like Noble and Paul for like our marketing collaborations. So yeah, stay tuned for more super fans news as well. Okay, let's dive into it. Yeah, talk us a little bit about like how was Noble created, how was born, and like how is it like very sustained on their community? How are they like betting on community?
Yeah, so Noble has been around for 11 years. Michael and Marcus were at Reebok and left Reebok and started Noble. This is the when CrossFit was getting really big. They saw an opportunity, started Noble out of the Massachusetts area. Ran that company for all the way up until 2023. That's when Mike Rapoli came in. Mike Rapoli acquired the company, and then shortly after, we had a merge with TB12, which is Tom Brady's brand. And so Mike and Tom have owned the company since mid to late 2023. I came on board in I've been here 2 years this month. A lot of the team has been here around that same amount of time. The company was in a good place. We have really accelerated the growth of the company over the last 2 years. We did a lot of our CE or our COO will say it a lot. We did a lot of flying and fixing for the first year. 2026, we've really started to expand our product line, grow the colorways, the brand, all of that. So yeah.
Cool. So originally you started like the main product was like the shoes, right? Like the training shoes. That's where like the community was anchored at the beginning with like the CrossFit community.
Yeah, correct. So we started in footwear. We were still very much a footwear brand. That was then expanded into nutrition with TB12. And then we also have an apparel line of shirts, shorts, pants. We acquired a company called Public Rec recently and have rolled in their their pant selection under the Nobull brand. So we are expanding outside of just like it started as a CrossFit brand. We are now very much for uh for a name within Noble, we are an all day brand. You can wear us in every aspect of your day. You can wear us at the gym. You can wear us to work, out, out and about. We have a footwear and apparel line for all of it.
Very cool. So like expanding from like your core customers, but would you say like still at the core of your community is those like long runners from the beginning that have been like shopping and using Novel for their training?
Yeah, I mean, our core community is very much still in the gym.
Uh-huh.
And that's where some of the recent changes are to incorporate. That's where nutrition comes in. You can have it any time of the day, plus, part of your workout routine. The public rec acquisition is like those pants you can wear to work, golf, kind of anywhere. Yeah.
Okay, cool. And like when was like the moment that like that team decided to double down into the community and decided to build the loyalty program?
Yeah, it was early. So we had an existing loyalty program when I got here. It was it was used, it was not defined. And so when I got here and we started talking about building upon the loyalty program, all the teams got together and said, what do we need to do? Made the plan. And then the vendor that we were using at the time, I felt that there was a better option. And so our development team, Presidio, we talked to them and said, who are you seeing out being used? Where are people moving? And Okendo came up, and that's when I reached out and talked to Joe, who is a great sales guy.
We love Joe. Yes. Okay, amazing. And so when was this? When did you so you had a loyalty program, but it was just like you were not seeing the results that you wanted to see, and that's when Okendo came in the picture.
Correct. Yeah. And we also wanted to group in reviews. We had a another third party that we were using for some post-purchase, and that's where Okendo offered um, you know, more than just the loyalty program. So we that was also part of the decision.
Cool. Okay, that makes lots of sense. So, okay, amazing. Let's dive into the loyalty framework of Noble. We talked earlier this week, kind of like breaking down the key pieces of the success of the program, and we landed on these three program pillars, right? So, the first one, and I know that you are very invested in this one as well, is having like a simple program, right? Like no BS, right? We don't want BS on this on your program. Like talk a little bit more about this.
Yeah. We found either from companies we had all been at prior in the loyalty programs there, plus the data we had around the loyalty program that we had at Noble. It really was just simplifying everything. So we found that if you start offering too much, it becomes almost less because it's just small of everything. And so we met with the finance team, went through what we thought would be a good spend limit for our tiers, and then what we thought would get people excited to actually sign up for loyalty and make those few things really solid versus a lot of things not done well. So that's how we decided on a more simplified program tier.
Cool. And we're going to go explore a little bit like the layout of the Noble loyalty program in a bit. But I know like you used to have like 4 tiers and then you decided to go to 3 tiers, and that's what we're running today.
Yeah, and the 4 tiers, it was a dollar thing. It was how do we get people into tiers where they feel like they can get to the next tier? And some of the tiers that we had didn't allow customers to get to some of those tiers without honestly being a customer for many, many years. And so by shortening that down again, financial exercise, we landed on just the ones we have now with the dollar points that they're at. And we have found that people reacted to those ones well because they did feel like they could get to the next tier without, 5 years of spend or any of that.
Got it. Yeah, that's super interesting, like great insight that you need to make your customer feel like they can attain the next year, right? Like it
Yeah,
should still keep it like aspirational, but not so far away that you just give up before even like start trying.
correct.
Cool. Okay, amazing. I know like the other big anchor for your program is like create exclusive moments for your members of the loyalty program. Can you talk a little bit more about that?
Yeah, a big one is they the loyalty members get access to our new colorways and our new shoes early. So we just dropped the Drive 2 recently, and our latest one was Journey 2. Journey 2 was a massive change for the company because that shoe had not changed. That shoe had not changed outside of colorways in years. And so the Journey 2 was really Noble's step into the longevity that we want to be in the running space as well, and the ability for loyalty members to purchase the shoes before the general public was a great success. We had a ton of signups, and a lot of people purchased ahead of time. Some of the colorways sold out due to that. Um, yeah, so that's a big perk. We do a newsletter that's big, so anything we incorporate some stuff with Tom. We have Livy Dunn. We have a partnership with the NHL, so we try and incorporate a lot of that into the loyalty only. We have a members week, so we did that where you get discounts on like brands. So we partner with other brands, offer a discount. You have to be part of the loyalty program. So we built out an entire like loyalty members page that the loyalty members had to or you had to be part of the loyalty program to access.
That's so cool. And I've heard like that members week is like one of the biggest weeks for you guys. Besides, is it bigger than BFCM for you?
Uh, no, no, it's a big week though, just based on the amount of discounts we also offer for the other partners. So a lot of people join for that reason,
Mhm.
to get, you know, part of
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, that's great that you're leveraging also your partnerships with other brands that share
Yeah.
yeah, your same values. Yeah, and I like one last thing I want to tap on is like this the beta testing for your loyalty program as well. That's really cool. So you get to do kind of like a feedback loop with
Yeah.
your Mhm.
Yeah. So we with so Journey 2, you are sent some of our test shoes that you can try and walk around in, submit your feedback, and we adjust or don't adjust. I'm not part of that team, but they take the feedback and change the shoe or it might be for the next iteration. So yeah, so you can get some of our, and we're rolling out new stuff this year, next year, and the year after. And so you would get access to our demos early.
Okay. That's really cool. I bet like your loyal customers really appreciate getting to have a word on that.
Yeah, and they're very good about providing feedback, which is huge. I would say our customer base is not afraid to let us know what they think. And so when we allow them to, join in with the outcome of one of our franchises, I think it's big. So
Yeah, I bet. And I bet that doubles down on like the connection these customers feels to the brand and how they feel like part of it and just not like a buyer, but being able to, yeah, like shape the future of Noble as well. One like fun fact that I loved is that like your loyalty members come back every like few months, like literally it's like a shorter return rate than like most legacy competitors in the category for like shopping shoes.
yeah. Yeah. I would say that's part colorway, part great apparel, and a dedicated customer base. Um, we see people buy the same shoes in different colorways multiple times. They'll try new colorways. The apparel line, we have expanded the colors and the type of apparel we're doing. So you will see our apparel around a lot at gyms. You also see a variety of our shoes. Our core colors are definitely the big hit, the white and black, but our core, I would say like our loyalty members definitely go into our colorways at a higher rate. Um,
Yeah,
yeah,
that's crazy. Like buying shoes every like 2 months in different colors.
yeah.
I don't do that, but
I
that's
I
crazy that
think
like your customers are. Uh-huh.
yeah, I think that has to do partly with like gym and expressing yourself too. Some of our shoes have louder colorways, and I think that is something people like to do just, you know, inside of the gym. So,
Really cool. Okay, so the third pillar is like rewarding beyond spend. So I know like having like the spend tier is really important, but as well being able to recognize the engagement of your customers in different ways. So do you want to talk a little bit about that?
yeah, so we don't, it's not just within the platform. So you can do other things like post, follow us, do a variety of things off platform. Um, those are good because obviously everybody's trying to grow a social audience or be be bigger outside of just their dot coms. And I think this helps a ton. It allows them to get more points. We do birthdays. Um, we do a lot of our drops and stuff on social too. And so people can go on there, earn points, and then come back in as a loyalty member and get some of the shoes early and whatnot.
Okay. That's so cool. We're gonna actually take a look at those actions that are rewarded. So this is what the novel loyalty looks right now. And yeah, very straightforward, right? Like, do you wanna talk us through while I'll skim through the loyalty program?
Yeah. So it's again back to it being easy, just join, earn, redeem. We felt that anything outside of that, people will not do it. That's a mix of history of again managing other loyalty platforms and just customer history based on what we saw from the last, you know, 10, 11 years. It was what are people actually doing and do like what do we do to stop them from maybe falling off, or how do you get them to repeat purchase or come back every few months and buy. And this was we landed on this. If you don't make it easy, I don't think it will be used personally.
Got it. Yeah. So keep it clear, keep it easy, keep it simple. Yeah, right here, like the benefits,
Yeah.
right?
The other thing too, I would say is I would not go some I've seen some companies go and start really personalizing it to different names, and they try and instead of using points and dollars, they use different terminology. They'll use different benefits that don't make sense to a non-customer. So that's just one other thing I would call out too within a loyalty platform is I wouldn't go so personalized that you're excluding people who do not know your brand. And so if they come in and want to sign up and you're not just saying their points or dollars, I think you can get lost in that and people get confused very easy. Maybe somebody who's been a customer of yours for 5, 10 plus years may understand the small terminologies the company uses, but if you're a net new customer, that could be confusing. So I also would say terminology of how you use um, some of these, like I'll just like write like shipping benefits, early access to promotions and sales. You don't need to be overly complicated with what you're presenting.
Got it. Yeah, love that point. And I remember you mentioned as well that you do want new customers on your loyalty program, right?
We do. We push it hard.
Okay. How are you pushing it these days?
Yeah, so we do a post purchase, we do in checkout. We're on Shopify, so some of these are Shopify, Okendo um, components. We go outside of that and into our marketing also. We know if you're not in our loyalty program, and so we will push some benefits of being in loyalty if you sign up. The members week, we built a like almost a system on top of our members page that drove people into my account. Again, Shopify has its limitations on pushing people to certain pages, but we were able to get them into the my account and then from my account adding loyalty and then sending them back to the members page. And so those are just some things we try and make it as easy as possible for the customer. We're not just trying to onboard net new with it being a difficult process. So everything we go through is definitely a collaboration on all the teams here of how easy can we make this for a customer? Because I mean, you'll go into the slide in a minute, but the percentage uh, growth we see with our loyalty members is substantial, and so we aim to make it as easy as possible for them.
Love that. And do you have goals on how much you want to expand your loyalty community?
Yeah, I mean, every day, right? There's a goal, but it's very much how do we grow the loyalty program daily? What can we offer? What can we do? Marketing, it's a big part. It's something I feel like goes into everything every day.
Got it. A great question, Jen. We're gonna go back to your question in a minute. And yeah, so these are the tiers, as you said, like very intuitive, very clear, very easy for your customers to understand how to move from foundation to momentum to all in. And while these names are very on brand for Nobull, like these are very intuitive as well, right? Like you can understand what's the concept for each one. Okay, cool. I also wanted to highlight how like also some partners and community discounts that you offer, like benefits, are also like layered under like loyalty. So you basically have to be part of the loyalty program to access other programs in Nobull.
Correct.
That's cool. So yeah, this we talked about the major sale events like the members week, also the select product drop. So this is basically like exclusive products for your loyalty community, right?
Uh, the early
Mhm.
access, yeah.
And the early access, the partner benefits. That is great, actually. I haven't seen many brands like leveraging their partnerships with other brands to benefit as a benefit for their communities.
Yeah, I think that's a benefit we have of being a primarily gym brand is there's a lot of workout sub brands. You have a lot of digital brands, a lot of apps, um, food. There's the space is wide, and so when you own the footwear space of that, you can partner with a lot. You have a lot of options to partner.
No, and Noble has such a big community, and I've seen it, right? Like we partnered for Shop Talk and we did the booth, and there were like many people in the floor that were so excited to see the activation with you guys and like really wanted the swag and really wanted the product. So if I was another fitness brand, I would love to partner with Noble. Even like as Okendo, I love partnering with you guys as well. Like your brand
Yeah.
is so hype and the community is so engaged.
Yeah, and we do partner with a lot of brands in the workout space outside of like a lot of equipment brands, um, and then a lot of digital. So yeah.
Mhm. Okay, that's very cool. Okay, let's go back to so remember, like just a reminder for the audience, drop your questions. We're gonna be giving away three $200 gift card from Noble. So please engage, drop your questions. We're gonna go back to it in a minute. But just to like round it up then, so this is like the Noble loyalty blueprint, right? First one, build a clear tier structure. We talked about this. To make your best tier worth chasing. Like you want to have people move up tier, right?
Correct.
Cool. The third one, create a moment people anticipate, like Members Week. That's something like your community, I guess, is looking forward every year. Reward behavior, not only spend. Wait, I did we talked about this? Yeah, ways to earn points. Like, of course, place an order, but also through birthday, writing a review, right, as well, referring a friend through our referral tool as well. So there's many ways to reward beyond the spend as well. So keeps the community engaged, even though maybe it's not the right time to buy. Um, okay, lots of good questions on the chat. And then give access, not just reward. So this is the Noble loyalty blueprint. I think like this is very tactical. I think like some of the brands here will be able to take that back and implement some of the like the great examples that Paul shared with us. Cool. So many good questions on the chat. Excited to go back to it. So yeah, a little bit of the results that Noble have seen from Okendo. Can you talk a little bit about this?
Yeah. So again, our loyalty customers, we see a high repeat purchase just from a customer base, and then once they are in the loyalty program, um, that's I mean, it's the numbers are here. Like it's quite a bit higher. We also market to them a little different. So you do get the newsletter that has various things in it. You do get a separate marketing structure, sometimes for different products being in the loyalty program. And so we do gear a lot towards loyalty, and it's proved to show in the numbers.
Yeah, the numbers don't lie, right? So basically, your loyalty members are coming back more often,
They are, yeah,
right? And they spend more with you guys.
correct. And we also have a demo that has grown with the brand, and then the net new that have come into the brand in the last, X amount of years are also on the same trajectory as our customers that have been around the 11 years. And so it's good to see that the pattern continues. Um, yeah, and I think the loyalty program just strengthens that more.
Amazing.
Yep.
Okay, and let's talk a little bit about this, right? Like the efficiencies you're seeing across the board by just like nesting everything under Okendo through surveys, reviews, loyalty, and referrals.
Yeah, this is where it comes down to like how a data structure and a cost structure and just ease of use. And that's where we found we added a product after too. We had another like a post-purchase product that we ended up using um, Okendo's version of it. And so we like the fact that everything is in one platform, everything is on one bill, and the ease of use is there. So um, also with other platforms, if you're doing surveys somewhere else, reviews on a platform, loyalties on another, referrals generally within a loyalty or review, then you have your data scattered across multiple tools, and then you then have to do the work to bring those together and merge those. And so yeah, this just makes it again easy and cost effective, and from a data structure, just better.
We love that. We love cost effective, easy, and like easier and more well structured data.
Yep.
Okay, amazing. So yeah, let's go through the questions. Like the first one I see, let me know if I'm missing any. It's from Jen Wallis. She's asking, or he maybe, how hard was it to transition from your previous loyalty partner? Like, how was your onboarding experience and your transition experience to Okendo?
Yeah, it's easy. You if I remember correctly, it's been a minute. You log in and just ingest um your reviews over, and then from a loyalty standpoint, kind of the same thing. It comes over um with the same. We also had a lot of tagging and collection built out, and we've actually maintained a lot of the same structure when we brought it over. And so that made it a lot easier. We didn't have to tear one down to bring Okendo in. Okendo adapted to the one that we had from a structure standpoint. And so it was easy. We're not a big team at Noble. Um, from a digital standpoint, it is me and our development team. And so it was, yeah, so you don't need a big team to do this. And then obviously Okendo helped with a lot of it.
Mhm. Cool. Yeah, I need to jab about our success team now and give a shout out to Monica, who's your CSM,
Yes.
right? I know like that team is really hands-on with like that strategy to build the strategy for your loyalty program, right? Like they really, how was that experience for you?
Yeah, so that was outside of just me. That was definitely more of a team structure with marketing and the various other teams here. Um, that was good though. I don't remember how many iterations we went through, but we knew we weren't going to do the setup we had. Okendo presented one, we presented our own, and I believe we ended up with like a mix of the two. And so it was good because sometimes you can get in your own way. Um, I don't, I think both plans were good and they came together into one. So
That sounds like the best case scenario, like the best of the both worlds, right?
yeah.
That's cool. That's cool to think about a kind of like the extension of your team.
Yeah. And
Okay.
I will say too, we have Slack, like we have a Slack group with Okendo, and then and then me and Monica can also Slack, which I think is helpful. I'm much more of a Slack proponent over email, and I think it gets done quite a bit faster.
100%.
Yeah.
Shout out to Slack. Eh, okay, next question from Kyle Carr. Curious on the product testing aspect. How does that work?
Sorry, what is it?
The product testing.
Oh, yeah. So if you're in the top tier, the product team, you can sign up. We have a sign up for our loyalty members, and you can sign up to get to be included in the demos. So like we have a lot of demos here that uh, people that work here will test, wear, go run, go work out in. And that top tier can get on the list to be included in that. And then we take feedback, obviously, on it's the whole point we do it. So is to get the feedback on how they wear, how they, the height, the material. are there any material issues? Did you have a problem with them? How are they on your ankles and knees and stuff like that? So,
Very cool. Okay, Cal, let us know if that answered your question or if you want to further, like we are going to follow up with the recording and the biggest insights and highlights. So definitely let us know if you want to learn more. So Max Belsil, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, says, for your early access products, how long in advance is it on average? And if you use it also for offers like BFCM.
uh, let me answer the first part. So the product, like how early do they get to purchase the product before it goes live?
Exactly.
Is that right? It depends on the product. We will do it generally the moment our warehouse lets us know that they can start shipping. So that varies depending on when it gets in. Also, once we get enough sizes in that we can do that. So that varies. Sometimes it's a month before, sometimes it's a week. It just depends again on the quantity and sizes we have in. For BFCM early, we will do early deals. That changes every year. So I don't really want to speak to that one because I don't know fully on the marketing calendar how early they want to do things. It just kind of like that is changing every year, right? Like companies are doing it far earlier than they used to. And so our marketing team has their plan and that will change and adjust. And so we adjust with their plan. Um, so that varies. It's like a weird way of answering it, but I don't really know. Like this year is going to be different from last year. And so I just
Mhm.
set it up when, they say this is the time frame we're going to do it in. So
Yeah, I feel like BFCM is starting earlier every year,
yeah,
right?
we have started earlier last year, and then this year we'll see.
Mhm. Okay, next question from Allison. How long did it take for your program to gain traction?
Yeah, that's that's kind of a hard one for Nobull because Nobull was an 11-year-old company and we had loyalty prior. Um, so I don't know if I can really answer that one. Coming from like a net new brand, it may take a minute, but for us it was pretty much same day because that group flowed into the new loyalty. And then from there, I guess I can answer from their growth post the Okendo switch. Um, I don't know, probably like a month or two, but that's only just because we were marketing, like planning out marketing and how that was going to get pushed out. And we also wanted to make sure that we were 100% because I believe even after we changed, when we moved vendors, I believe we even changed after that one or two things. And so we didn't start pushing it heavy until probably 2 months post Okendo migration, just to make sure what we were offering in the loyalty was what we were going to go forward with. Um, yeah, the shipping I will say is a big plus. We hear that a lot. Just the shipping differences and free shipping. Uh, a lot of people like that. So if you're looking at doing it, I would include a shipping part of it, and then we see it every day with the spend and the codes being used is the dollars you get back on points. Some people hold them and wait, and some people spend them every time they buy. And yeah,
Amazing. Okay, hope that answered your question. There are so many good questions in here. It's overwhelming, and we have 3 minutes left, but we will get back to you guys with all of these questions. Yeah, like one I think that could be useful for the audience is like, what advice would you give for brands just starting to build a loyalty program? What's the one thing you do differently, knowing what you know now?
um, kind of also a weird one for me to answer because when I came in, we switched, and so within the first four months of me being here, we moved. And so I would say, I don't know, if something different, I wouldn't have done anything different. Like Okendo's been great. I wouldn't have stayed at our old one. I probably wouldn't have, I haven't seen anything in the market that has made me, think about moving. And so I don't know, probably the same thing, honestly. Just set it up, keep it. I've said this so many times, but I would just keep it simple. Um, Offer what you can too. Some brands can offer way different things than others. Like I mentioned, shipping, we can do that. Not every brand can do that. And so I think it's just thinking of something you yourself as a consumer would want inside of a loyalty program and just do that. And if your business can absorb that cost or work with that structure, I would go with that. You can also ask too. Maybe send an email out to your existing customer base and just say, "Hey, we're going to do a loyalty program. What would you like to see in it?" And they'll tell you. Probably free shipping and, points, but um yeah, I would do that.
Love that. Okay, amazing. We have 1 minute. So the last, yeah, okay. I'm gonna announce the three winners before going into our last giveaway, a surprise. The winners are going to be Natalie White, Kyle Carr, and Gigi Garza. Thanks so much for being so engaged and for your great questions. We will be reaching out to you after the webinar to coordinate that gift card. Amazing. Looking forward to see what you get. Definitely our social media these days is LinkedIn. So if you want to do a LinkedIn shout out, don't forget to tag us. We would love to see that. And then finally, yeah, we have a special offers for those of you who are actually thinking about a loyalty program, especially having it up and ready before BFCM. We are giving away like 10 up to $10,000 in free Okendo credits for those of you who take a demo and sign up before the end of the quarter. So before June 30. Yeah, the first step is to book your demo, meet with our team, find out what could a loyalty program look for your brand. We do have like a team of experts to build this program. So yeah, they will be happy to help you design something really ad hoc for your brand and your community. And yeah, thank you so much, Paul. This was so insightful. I feel like we got so much out of it. So many great questions. The chat is on fire. I hope, like, I know the teams, the brands here are living with a lot of insights and ideas to put into their own loyalty program. So thank you so much for your time and being here today.
Yeah, and I would say if I thought there's a bunch of questions, I'm on LinkedIn. You can message me there. I'll jump on a call with anybody. So if you do have questions, I did see there's a typo somewhere in there. I will get that. So thank you. Yeah, but you can reach out anytime. My email is Paul Koziol at nobleproject.com. So you can also email me if you don't want to do the LinkedIn thing.
We
But yeah,
can we can help coordinate that as well through our follow-ups emails. Thank
yeah,
you so much for offering that and being so generous with your time.
yeah,
Okay, amazing. Thank you so much. Thanks everyone for being here and staying engaged. And we'll see you in our next Loyalty with Okendo webinar. Thanks
great.
all.
Thanks.
Bye.